James. Thanks for stopping by. If you're new here, I really appreciate you stopping by. Stick around, go down there and like and subscribe if you haven't. We are getting close to 200 subscribers, so we will be doing a giveaway. So this video is going to be kind of broken up into two parts. Was out at the park with the family, did some metal detecting, and then another day we ended up going out to the 1880s property and dug down at the Privy on the other side of the concrete slab and got a couple goodies. Nothing crazy, but we did end up getting a couple bottles and some marbles and stuff. So stick around and you'll be able to see that stuff, guys. Go down there and like, and I appreciate you watching. Just out here at the park on my lunch break with my daughter and my wife, doing a little bit of hanging out, getting a real jumpy 7 or 8. Knew it was iron, but just in case it was something good, just an L-shaped nail or something to that sort. On to the next one. All right, next signal here is coming up. It's got almost all the depth bars full, and it's going from 66 to 80, and then when I turn on it to like 68, real jumpy because of how deep it is. Almost will not pinpoint. So let's get this thing up out of there and I'll show you guys what it is. Got this next signal here. It looks like the end to a nail, but it's split like that. And it was ringing up in the 60s and touching the 70s, so it's brass. So it's an old brass something. Get some close-up pictures of it, just in case somebody can say, oh yeah, that's a blah 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 blah. Alright guys, next signal. Coming in at a 54, jumping up to 56. When I turn on it, 65, 68 all day, so it might be a zinc. Sorry for the wind, it's actually really nice out here right now. So I'll get that thing out. Right, so here's the signal. It was up under a root, so it's definitely old. And if you see, it's got these little sharp points coming off of it, so I got to be very careful. But that's the reason why it was giving us such a very weird signal, and then when I turned on it, it got a little bit better. I'll get some close-up pictures of this thing, but I'm pretty sure it's just junk. But if anybody knows what it would have came off of, just drop it in the comments, guys. What'd you find? Appreciate it. And what else did you find? A feather. Good job. High five. Yeah, next signal is right here up under the bottom of this pine tree. And I think I just threw it out, but I have not seen it myself yet. So, I think it's right in here. Let me see. Oh, cool. Old shotgun shell head stamp. That's old. UMC Co. Black Club, number 12. Oh yeah, that's early 1900s right there. And look how deep it was too. That's a good 7 inches deep. Awesome find. I love these. A lot of people just throw them out. I collect them. I'm a weirdo like that. Especially the UMC codes. These are pre-1915 all day. I think they're earlier than that, to be quite honest with you. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Signal was 60, you know, around in there anyway. And you'll see this little plug. Out of this tiny little hole, I pulled a rake. That's gonna be my first rake that I've ever found. So I guess that's pretty cool. Just an old kid's rake, probably from way back in the day. All right, guys. Next signal's coming up at a 56, 58. Every now and then I'm getting a 61. Probably a shotgun shell. So let me dig down and see what this thing is, and I'll turn you back on. All right, guys. There's the hole where the target was. Ended up being a Jefferson. And I believe it's a 1940s Jefferson. It's not a war nickel, but I think I do see a 194 on the date, so I'll try to get it cleaned up and get a, yep, definitely 194, maybe 1941, something like that. But I will get it cleaned up and get some pictures. All right, guys, next signal. 69, 72, real jumpy. I'm thinking this is something deep. Might be pretty trashy too, but we'll dig down and see what it is. This signal here is going to be real. It was real deep. It was probably 6.5 inches deep, and it looks like it's going to be another piece to an old toy car, or maybe a train or something. If you look here, that looks like it would be a wheel. It definitely isn't turning nowadays, and it looked like it might have been stationary to start with, maybe just a a model piece or something. But it's super old. It's wanting to fall apart, so I'm going to be very careful with it so I can just preserve that wheel piece, because that's old. That's very old. Right out here in the back of this, where this house was torn down, right button up to the old part. So just pretty much cleaning up old signals that other people have passed up in the past. Got lucky on that nickel too. All right, guys, on to the next. Coming in at about 6 inches deep. Just this little piece. I think it was a lead car, maybe an old Tootsie toy, but it was green. You can kind of see that this was the door, and then this was the fender well to the back of the car. So it was a really, really small one. Pretty cool signal though. Out here at a park that's been hammered by numerous people throughout the years. So awesome stuff. Beaver tail. We are slowly making our way to that shade right there. Stand by. It was a weird one. It's got a metal handle here, and that's what we were picking up. This looks wooden, and I believe this might have been an old paintbrush, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna get it cleaned up, see if I can get any words off of it. But it was super deep, and it's right out here behind where this old house used to sit, right on this park area. So, who knows? Put it in the pouch. Just look at me. If I look hot and bothered, I'm hot. Not so much bothered. But take a look where we're at so far. I've opened up this Privy on the other side, and just take a look for yourself. So this is where we're at. I just started opening up this side here so I can slant down and be safe there. Over there is where we dug last time. And just want to stop and say, I really, 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 really appreciate my grandparents letting me dig out here like this, because there's not a lot of property owners anywhere that would let you do this kind of stuff in their property. So big shout out and thank you to them. So I got over here, and you might be able to see it. The sun is just horrible right here. It's shining right on me. But it looks like we got the bottom to some kind of soda showing. So I'm going to pull it out. It's right there. And see if I can see, and then we'll turn it back on and see what it is. Just an old mason jar. Let's see if we can get a maker's mark off of it. It's way too bright. It says something on the bottom of it, but I can't see what it is. But that's pretty cool. It's the first whole piece pulled out of this, and it was right under the top. So, all right, guys, on to the next one. All right, just cleaning out some of this area over here and working my way back into the wall, and then we pulled out this. Got that nice design on it, and on the bottom it says Woodbury. I think that's an old clone. All right, guys, I'm standing down here in the hole, and I've been throwing some piles up. My wife is going through them, and so far she has found this. It's a Bayer aspirin bottle with a very old top on it. It's not cleaned up enough for me to follow the seam and see if it's blown, but I think it is. But I just have to do a little bit more research on it. It looks blown to me. Look at the top on it. Babe, you got that shooter you found too? Grab it. Let's show them. And she also actually found this shooter that was in a pile of dirt that I had thrown out. Just like milk glass, white with red all through it, and it's got a bunch of chunks out of it. This was probably somebody's favorite shooter at one time, many, many moons ago. So that was a real cool find. We were happy to see these things come out because it's been kind of slow right now. All right, guys, on to the